Hey guys, it's K2Killa here, and I got another video to show you guys. And this one is everyone using submachine guns. Yes, the best rushing item to use in close quarters combat. Submachine guns, pretty much. So yeah, there's quite a bit of submachine guns out there in Soldier Front right now. I can name some off the top of my head, which is the Uzi, the P90, the MP5, the G36C, the MP7, MAC-10, and I guess you can classify the Steyerog, the SIG 551, the K7, and the FAMAS as a submachine gun, but that's your opinion. Other than that, I'd just say they're lightweight and they're easy to use, and you could pretty much do some good close quarters combat with them. Never mind the Steyerog, that gun sucks, by the way. So yeah, this is me and my clan doing some submachine gun fights, and yeah, this one is one of my favorite matches because it really got my attention. How, like, you know, how most of us played and how many breakthroughs and comebacks we all got, and wow, that's the only thing I can say about this match right now. So I guess I could talk about, you know, the submachine guns and whatnot. I did mention some of it in my other video from the one in Desert Camp, but other than that, I just want to go over more of it in general. So when you first start out, when you first make a new account, you're introduced to the MP5 and the Steyerog when you first select your guns from a new character. So I recommend using the MP5 or the Steyerog because the Steyerog tends to, you know, the bullets go way out of the crosshairs and sometimes becomes inaccurate. The scope is kind of nice, but it's not useful. Like, yeah, I have like so many negative things to say about the Steyerog. The only thing positive I can say is that it is powerful. Like, I'm not going to argue with that. It's really good submachine gun for that, or a rifle if you so to say want to classify it as that. But that's the only good thing I can say about the Steyerog. It's powerful, but it can become really inaccurate and hard to really use and get really good at. So the other one is the MP5. The MP5 is pretty weak, but it does about 20, sometimes 30 damage at close to mid-range. So if you aim towards the chest and the head, you could effectively kill the enemy in a decent amount of bullets. But the other thing that I absolutely love about the MP5 is that it shoots pretty far and very accurately. Like, whenever you move, jump, or K-walk, or K-jump, or however you want to, you know, move around the map in whatever order you want, the crosshairs literally stay the same. Now this is really helpful when you want to, you know, go from Red Shanghai to the Warehouse A without those window campers shooting you. You could literally drive by with the MP5 shooting them and perhaps even kill one guy. Me and my friends done it before and it's fun. I recommend playing with the MP5, getting a good feel for it as a submachine gun. The only biggest flaw about the MP5 is that it's very weak. If somebody's using armor and such like that, you're gonna have a heck of a time trying to, you know, overcome the enemy that how. So there's other submachine guns as well. There's the G36C, which is quite the same as an MP5. The only difference is that it has 5 less bullets, but it does moderately more damage. Like, I'm talking maybe 5 or 10 more damage per bullet when at a certain range and stuff. But that's the only difference I can make with the G36C. Now there's the P90, and the P90 is one of my favorites, right? The one right there, as you can see. That big long clip right there has 50 bullets. Like, it is insane. Who would not argue with 50 bullets? It's the most bullets you can get on a rifle or a submachine gun in Soldier Front, other than using the MG36 or the M249, which is a machine gun, which is those big heavy things that make drum noises. But a P90 is really good, you know, just if in case of the enemies reloading, right, you have the upper edge with about 20 more bullets just to take down the enemy. So if you're having troubles, you know, reloading too much, or if you just need a little bit more bullets or a little extra push, P90 would be a good choice for you. Now, moving on to the other newer-ish ones, I'm going to talk about the MP7. The MP7 is a little bit more challenging because it's kind of like not the MP5. It's kind of like the P90, but only with 40 bullets. It has roughly the same spray pattern, but the MP7A1 only comes with 40 bullets. I like using it just because it's different, but other than that, they're very same as the P90. Besides the fact that it's less noisy. The P90 I would recommend over the MP7, both cost-wise and effective use. The other ones is Mac 10. The Mac 10's pretty good. One of my friends use it and agrees that it's pretty darn good, and I have to admit, it's great. It has the similar spray pattern of an M4 and a P90 put together, so if you're familiar with those two guns, Mac 10 could be pretty good for you. And I have to say, it's one of the best submachine guns out there. And of course, my most favorite is the Uzi. 32 bullets per clip, which means 2 bullets just in case, you need a little extra push. But if you need a big upper hand, the P90 would be a better choice, or perhaps the MP7. So the Uzi I like in general because you can just pick up from your inventory at a quick speed. The reload's very nice and quick, unlike the other 3-second reloading guns in this game. And the fact that you don't need quick weapon pickup or a quick weapon switch just to pick up the Uzi. The Uzi comes with it itself, which why people, kind of complain or question the fact that why are people picking up Uzi so fast is because whenever you need it, you got it pretty much out of your inventory, ready to kill the enemy whenever you need to. So that's the biggest reason why I like the Uzi. It's very nicely generally balanced, and it does cost quite a bit, but it's worth it. It's worth it for the rushing matter. I guess I could talk more about the other guns. Some people say the SIG 551 and the K7 and the FAMAS could be SMGs just because they're lightweight. Now I'll start with the SIG 551. That gun is pretty decent. It's very powerful, and the only thing that I really got to say with that is that it's fairly well balanced. It's great for beginners to learn how the gun works and how you can excel with it. But the only flaw is that if you're lagging on a computer or if you lag on certain maps, the spray pattern becomes pretty inaccurate and it sometimes shoots too fast. So I recommend using it if you're kind of starting out new. If you have a decent computer, go for it. But other than that, the SIG is fairly well decently balanced, but I'd say the Uzi or the Mac 10 or perhaps even the P90 would be a better choice. Now there is the FAMAS. The FAMAS is like crazy. They say it's a rifle, but in my opinion it should be a submachine gun because all you pretty much need is one hand just to shoot it from, and holy cow, it does massive damage at close range. Like, that's the reason why I like it as a submachine gun, because submachine guns should do good damage and great rate of fire at close range. Now, the only flaw with the FAMAS is that anytime you shoot at very, very far range, it's gonna be very, very weak, because I've seen like 1s and 2s and perhaps even 3s and 5s on training targets in Shanghai in training mode, but that's when it's like very far at range. But at close range you can get up to 70s, 75s I think, but it's all in the player. So if you like going really close range and you need a really good kick out of a gun that has power, the FAMAS would just be excellent. An excellent choice just to use. The other one is the K7. The K7 is kind of like the FAMAS. It does more damage close range and really far it does really weak, but the spray pattern becomes really inaccurate. Now, I don't really recommend that gun. I did get it, but I played with it and I really did not enjoy using it because I often had troubles with it. I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, I'd say the K7 is probably one of the worst submachine guns to be using. The Starog could probably come before or after that, but again, this is all in the player's choice and how well they work with and whatever they want. So pretty much the ultimate question boils down to, what is the best machine? Why do I keep saying machine gun? No. What comes down to the best submachine gun? Now, like I keep saying, it's all skills, practice, how much time you've been spending, how much do you feel when using the gun. Like, there is different variations of the guns too. There's like the EVL MP5, the Devil Uzi, the Golden Uzi. There's all that sort of stuff, and that is it does the same amount of damage and has the same amount of spray pattern and same attributes as the original gun has. So there's not really much difference besides the looks of the special guns is, but other than that, again, like I keep saying, it's all in the player. All your skills and what do you think is best and how comfortable and how knowledgeable you can use with that gun. So in my opinion, I'm more comfortable using the Uzi, P90, and MAC-10. Like, those guns I even recommend to other players. FAMAS is pretty great too, and that's just about it. Like, there's not really much to it. There is a lot of guns to try, so don't be afraid to try them all, and nonetheless, practice makes perfect, and that's all you pretty much got to do to find your best choice of gun. This is K2Killa, thanks for watching, and see you guys then.